The ethics and safety of harvesting roadkill, eh? Didn't know that was the information you guys wanted. I didn't go to the class, but first up is ethics. It's already dead, you know, it's not really an ethical gray area. Sorry, unfortunately my truck's in the shop, so gonna have to deal with this piece of shit. They'll tell you about the ethics and safety of harvesting roadkill, but what they won't tell you is the cost. One of the first things you're gonna need is a truck, and my God, roads are a great place for roadkill because you got really good sight lines. Now you could go looking around in the woods for roadkill, and that's not a bad idea, right? You know, where do the animals go? They go back into the woods. But what you're not going to have when you're looking for roadkill is those good sight lines. You kind of want to stick to the road. What they're not going to give you in the library is a good visual example of what you're looking for and what you're maybe not looking for too, you know. Well, now the first thing you want to know about the safety of harvesting roadkill is identifying the roadkill that you're after. It's important because sometimes you'll come up on something and you'll be like, oh my gosh, is that roadkill on the way home from work or something? And you'll find out that that's not roadkill at all. And now what's not safe about that is if it's not roadkill, you can't eat it straight up. That's just not going to happen. Unfortunately, I couldn't find an example for you because one thing they don't tell you about is the cost of harvesting roadkill. And, you know, driving around looking, one thing you're going to want for safety is a gun. Now, when you find it, when you identify your roadkill, let's say it's in front of me. Now, what you want to do is you want to take this handy little jobber. It doesn't have to be that high a caliber, you know, because it's pretty weakened. It's gotten hit by a car more than likely, or it's probably already dead. But maybe it's only pretty dead, and you want to make sure it's all the way dead. So you take that piece and right at the head, you know, where you're not going to spoil any more of the meat because it's already fucked up because you hit it with your truck. Probably aim for the eyeballs because what's behind most animals' eyeballs is their brains. Little mini tip for you: if it's been cooking in the sun on the pavement, that's not good meat. All right, pre-cooked meat, you might think, hey, that's a bonus. 3 days in the hospital will tell you otherwise. Also, pre-tenderized meat, okay, you might think that's a good thing. It is some of the worst cuts you'll ever take in your life. That's everything that you need to know about the ethics and safety about harvesting roadkill. If you have any other questions about it, I'd be happy to answer in the comments. This has been another Midwest TRMBS Survival Quick Tip.